Graham, I think that's a virus preparedness.
And I think we're live.
Mm-hmm.
Are we
Mm-hmm.
live? Okay, we are live. All right, stupid YouTube.
It's
Stupid,
virus preparedness.
stupid
Aha.
YouTube. All right, sorry about that, folks. A little bit of delay. Had to reset some
Lies. He's
stuff.
not sorry. He's not
I
sorry.
really am not. I mean, yeah. I need to edit the damn title of the damn stream. It's got the wrong date on it. Hold on a second. I'm fixing that right now. I just noticed that. God
We
bless
have gone
America.
back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Back in time.
This is the stream from yesterday. And if you did watch it yesterday, thank you. And if you're here today, thank you again. It's RSG time, and it's time for the lunch stream. This is where we hang out with you guys and have fun as we talk shop and play the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm your host, Ranger J 1999. The dickhole over there is Finn.
Hi.
We've got Grim the Mechanic.
Hello.
And hanging out with us today because we're doing the roster review is Beans and Cheese. That's
Like so many panties. I got a bunch of panties. I was like, stop saying that word!
John 99 cheered. X150.
I'm sorry, Beans and Cheese. We just got the panty thing from McVenom, so yeah, that's just
All good.
yeah. But welcome. We're going to be doing his roster review today, and welcome to all the skewers. Make sure you say hello in chat. TGIF skewers, hope you're getting ready to finish your workday, or you're getting through your workday so you can get home and spend time with the loved ones and the familia and do the fun things that you need to do. But we're going to bring you something fun to listen to during the workday. It's what we do all the time. As you heard, we've got Beans and Cheese with us. We're going to do a roster review. But before then, we'll say hi to all you guys. So say hi in chat. Whip out your pickles. Do what you need to do to get our attention so we can shout out your name. We'd like to say thank you for being here and say hi to everybody. Make sure you hit the like button on if you could, please. It helps us with monetization and helps get our message out there and the algorithm. So if you could just hit the like button real quick, I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't subbed already and you like the content, please hit the subscribe button. We're trying to reach 5,000 subs, one sub at a time. We'll do what we need to do. And if you could hit that subscribe button, that way you get all the notifications of all the good RSG wholesome goodness that's coming at you. Got some streams ready for you guys for this weekend.
I gotta carry this thing around for 9
Oh no!
John 99 cheered.
We're getting a lot of
X125.
bits, so you guys are hearing all the bits over there on Twitch. If you're
When I only had one baby, he said the next time we just did it live. We ended up with two babies.
John 99 cheered.
Just reminds us how close we're
X126.
getting to Grande's death.
yeah, just
I mean, it's just almost only a month away.
yeah, it's not good. God. So anyway, you can play funny sound bits like that during the stream if you're over on Twitch and subbed and everything. Also, we've got Super Chat. If you want to donate Super Chat, you can here as well. All fun stuff drops into the Vader's Cup of Plenty there, and everything registers. So there you go. JOM99 is really doing the bits today, my friends, and holy Jesus. All right. That being said, if you guys missed it yesterday, we did have a stream. I don't know what possessed us to do this. Just pity, or I don't know, Finn. We tried.
Insanity.
We
We weren't in
tried-
our right state of mind.
We really weren't. We tried to get Remon gas. It didn't quite work out
Mm-mm.
because
Mm-mm.
it's a lot of work that needs to be done on that damn account. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, oh
Yeah.
my God, we were super limited. Now, he hadn't done anything other than the ship battle, so we remodded and got phase 2 done. Phase 3 is a cakewalk, and then we got into phase 4, and you know, we can do a lot of things over here in RSG. We can't always work miracles. We gave it the old college try. So.
Do you know if you tried after we stopped at all?
He said thank you for making the attempt and stuff, but I don't know if he tried it or not. I didn't get any updates that he tried, or because I messaged Remon saying, hey, if you want to make some more tries, the team's modded and things, but he really needs to have his inventory and shit cleaned out and fixed, because my God, Finn, you know, we've seen it so many times because I do the Alliance stream with him, but when you're actually in there going through it, it's a different story.
My head hurt.
Yeah, it was hard. We were doing the math, Finn. We could figure out like what we could have. So there's some definite work that needs to be doing that. I am in Rimon does want to get
You
account
you better
remodded,
not let
so yeah, that's going to be
let
something.
this one down, man.
No, I mean, yeah, he did say that he was going to try and get me to remod his account. Me and Finn will both do it. Are we still doing the gold thing, Finn? I mean, we tried it last night, but I mean, we got to a certain part. I mean, we were up to what 115 people raised.
We can still continue.
Yeah, if we get to 275 in total super chat and donations, me and Finn will remod the entirety of Remon's account. So
Let me put the Stream Elements link in here. Because Stream Elements is the better way to
it's
do
a
it.
better way to
than
do it. Don't do
Chat,
super
so.
chat. Yeah, let Finn do the
You can do it Super Chat if you want to, but the other way is
the
better.
math sucks on that. We have to get to 275 because they take 30% or something, and then it. Oh, Jesus. So that was yesterday. Give you up, never let you down, never tell a lie, desert you. Oh, I've been Rick
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
So-
nothing wrong with that song. That
Yeah,
song is
yeah,
highly underrated
Sure.
and overplayed.
Yeah, very much so. All right. So, welcome to the stream, everybody. We're about to shout you out. Let me check the stores real quick, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. So, let me check. Not a lot of events or anything going on in the game. I hope everybody's TV is going well. We're making the big push on our guild for 31 stars. We're going to see where we're at for 32. But easier said than done. So let me check. There's any good mods in here that I want to waste money on. Let me see here. No, I don't like that. No, that doesn't work for me. And no, that's potency on a crit chance. No, kiss my ass. All right, let me just check the stores real quick, and then I'm going to shout out all the skewers. I'm saving this for certain things. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, let me just get these, and then we'll be good. All right. Oh, $2 from Meow Meow says, so how much will Taken Kermit be? Oh, I don't know. What should we put Taken Kermit for him to do the speech from Taken again? Or we already have the soundbite for that. Are we going to create that? Who does that anyway, Finn? Is that YouTube that puts those together?
YouTube has. I can soundbite stuff though.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Oh, what do we want to make of the old Kermit Taken speech? Bitwise.
We'll have to come up with something because it's a longer one, so it'll be a higher one. But I'll think of something.
Yeah. So if you want to get on that, or Finn will do it, we'll get that going here. So, all right. Let's shout out all the skewers that are here. TGIF to all the skewers. Let's say hi to everybody. Let's see what we got here. We got Jason Krulik here. Says good morning. Good morning to you, my friend. Yucha says happy Friday, everyone. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you. Bad Rongo says buenos dias, Skewer Nation, and buenos dias to you. Lovely Maz Kanada's here. Hey, Maz. Hey. Dr. Feelgood's here. He's the one that makes you feel all right, and he's already got the pickle hype going. Very nice there, Dr. Feelgood. Bad Rongo with the poop emoji and poop-filled baby rangers that kind of goes hand in hand. But, you know, Finn, those Rangeroo Diaperoos can hold a lot of dung. We got our Canadian representation here. Skywalker Vader up there north in Canada, frozen tundra, representing the skewers there with that pickle out. Just be careful there. It's kind of frozen up there. Don't get a frozen pickle. Wolfville says, TGIF, everyone. Glad to have you here. Matt Billy with his normal wonderful greeting with gracious good morning, gentlemen, and also to you. Foreigner says, hello there, skewers. Prometheus says, TGIF skewers. Glad to have you both here. Jason Hummel says, happy Friday, everyone, with the pickle hype and the poop-filled baby rangers. Michael H19 says, happy Friday. Hermit Fulgrim says, honey mates, thank God it's pickle day. Yeah, I mean, every day's pickle day, but it's especially true on a Friday. Ouchie Girl says, is Ranger on the roof again? I will be. If I was a rich man. Da, 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 da. No, I'm going to be safe. I'm going to be safe, Ouchie. Nightmare says, good afternoon, skewers. Good afternoon to you. Rooster Terrier says, TGIF skewers, and look at all those pickles. He is not dicking around with the pickle hype. Let's see. Bad Ringo says, Ranger still putting on his makeup. No, I had to reset my computer. There's funky stuff going on, so I just reset the damn thing. James O'Mahony's here, says, happy Friday, skewers. Whip out those pickles and drink your alcohol of choice with the pickle hype. Very, very nice. Glad to have you here, James. Let's see here. JV420 says, sup, everyone. Bon. 18 Bon. So happy frickin' Friday. Glad to have you here, Bon. Steve Nicholas says, hey. Hey to you. Angel Chiss, it's Friday. We ain't got no job, but you got Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. That's right. We're gonna get high on I don't know, paint fumes. Hacks Redneck says, "Morning, skewers." Good morning to you, Hacks. N.R. Wilson says, "Hello there, Mr. Wilson." CBO97 says, "Happy Friday, RSG crew. Loved my shirt. It came yesterday." That's right. We got the new shirt, Finn.
I did. Mine got here yesterday.
Yes, very nice. Glad to have your CBO97, my brother from the military mother. Ray Rock says TGIF pickle flashers, and he's flashing his pickles. There's a lot of pickle flashing going on right there. Darstein 1972 is here, says drunk intentions. Well, we're not there yet. Let's see here. No, we did not get Remon. We can't work miracles. I'm sorry. We've got to get that damn account fixed before we make another run, Finn. I don't want to go through that again. Who else is here? Let me go through everything. It kind of updated us, so give me a second to get caught up. Let's see here. All right, there's Bellroot Papachi. Oh, there's a question, but he's here. Ray Rock says, "Morning, Bellroot," and then it says, all right, so Dobby6506 is here from Hogwarts. He's a free elf. He says, "Hello, everyone." Ray Rock is saying, "Good morning to Dobby." Dr. Buck F's here says, "Finally made it in. Got a cover for people sick from work." Yeah, you guys be careful with this coronavirus stuff. Northern Borders here. Let me move my mic so I can see everything here. Northern Border says, "Good morning, fellow basement dwellers." Well, that's true. Meow Meow's here, says it was epic. Yes, it was. We tried. We did the best we could. Doc Rabbit says, "Morning." Bellroot's here, says depression is real today. Yay. Well, we're about to roll some mods, so it's probably going to get worse. And then there we go. I think that covers everybody I can see. Keep saying hi in chat. We'll keep shouting you guys out. Also remember, besides doing the roster review today, we will suffer through mod depression, which I'm getting ready to do. We do that every day here on the lunch stream. And if you have questions, pop those into chat. We'll get those scooped up and get those read here in a little bit, and we try to get through all the questions that we can. Remon's telling me, yeah, he's definitely neglected mods. He just messaged me like just something I said, so we'll get Remon fixed, folks. Don't worry. We'll
neglected mods? That is an understatement.
What would you call it, Finn? Because I think neglect is
totally ignoring.
Yeah.
It is 100% ignoring. He didn't have a single mod with crit avoidance primary. Can we just reiterate that? Not a single mod with crit avoidance primary. Like that hurt me. Like we had set up all these mod sets where we could kind of go in with anything, right? Like it wasn't even a speed. We weren't even doing speed. We were loading them up with protection. A crit avoidance primary would have been awesome. He didn't even have one. We had to buy one from the mod store.
We were lucky it was there.
It made me sad.
Speaking of being sad, let's go suffer through some mod depression on our own.
Let's make sure we do our roster review early too, because I know Beans and Cheese it doesn't have.
Yeah, I'm only going to do one mod, so we'll knock it out here real quick, and then we'll go into the roster review, because I will need to do a roster review because, oh boy, it has not been going well for me with the said mod rolling. We can see we got some blue ones here. I was working on this 8, 8, 8, 8, 7, 10, 8. That's crit damage. It's a 5 speed. Oh god. It's defense. Let's see what's this. Okay, protection. Let's try to slice this one. This is a nice protection mod. Let's get some mats and let's roll. And then let's see if I can either not hit depression or get depression. So we'll do this. Get the mats. Get plenty of mats. We did. Good. All right, here we go. We're gonna go for the slice and depression. No, I just missed completely. Well, that was mod depression. That's all I really want to deal with today. My sweet Jesus and baby Jesus. Man, we've had a horrible week with mod depression. I mean, folks, this is about the worst week we've ever had. Not hitting a damn thing. Holy crap. And I roll a lot of mods. That's not a good sign. So if you're out there in TV land and you're suffering through mods like I am, hopefully you're hitting mods. I mean, we want you to hit mods, but I don't know what to say, just other than depression.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah,
bum.
I did bad. All right, let's do our roster review because I don't want to deal with mods anymore. God damn mods. All right, let me switch it over like we always do. Let's go full screen on this. And of course, we're doing Mr. Beans and Cheese. Not to be confused with Beans and Franks. All right, we don't want that to be a thing. And they are in the guild New World Order, so shout out to your guild New World Order. Glad to have you guys watching and glad to have the opportunity to do the roster review for Beans and Cheese. Beans and Cheese, are you still there, my friend?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, so I'm going to read what you wrote, and if there's anything that's changed between then and now, let us know, but I'm going to see what you said. It says, overall, I want to say thanks for the invitations. I enjoy your stream. Well, thank you for that, sir. I'm looking to have...
Wait.
What?
Before we get into that.
What? God, you said we had to hurry up in, and then you're pausing
I know,
me.
but I have a question for him. I have a question for him.
We got time. We got time.
I'm looking at your profile. How the hell do you have a highest rank of 2, a lowest rank of 889, an average rank of 150 with a current rank of 141? What the hell is going on in your arena?
I was wondering the same thing.
Oh, man.
What the hell is going on there?
Yeah, I mean, so, I'm just regular Joe, got 2 young kids. They got a newborn. And so during the week...
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I don't have time to necessarily spend the crystals and climb before my payout. And so, I use a lot of counters. I don't, I put this in the note, but, I don't have any interest in like the big teams like Gas, Malik, DR. You guys are probably just rolling your eyes thinking that's dumb, but it's just the way I sort of like to play. And I like to do a counter style game, underdog. And so I have all my teams that I climb with are, counter teams like, CLS, Padme, Nest. I use Nest to counter Padme teams. And so sometimes I'll leave a Padme counter in there, which is just Nest with like Kira Watt, Hoda. And that thing will drop, to 800, if I forget to change it out because it's, anything beats it. That's what's doing it. But, I climb to 1 on the weekends. I'm in a couple of shard chats. Everyone knows who I am. And it's easy to get up there when I have the time, a little more space from work. But that's the story.
Well,
that is some fluctuation, my friend.
Yeah,
I can understand you dropping when you put that Kira team, but holy... There's some fluctuation in your arena GP.
We call that in data points an outlier.
You have almost every division in that little graph. There's like a rank 1 through 10. You have like every division listed here. The 2 doesn't even get onto the chart.
I don't know that I've looked at it recently, but that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty hilarious looking at this. Sorry, no, I was just looking at this. I'm like, wow. No, I don't mind you not going for the particular team, but you were able to get rank 2 with the CLS team. So I was very curious what was going on here because you are not within any like one bracket more than like 5 days. It's really interesting.
Yeah, because during the week it drops.
Yeah, it definitely drops.
I could take 1. I mean, the guy who takes 1, I share the payout with. He's just a buddy of mine. And we just have a standing, we alternate. He takes 1 in arena. I take 1 in fleet. So that's why, it's easy to get up there. But that's why.
Gotcha.
Right. So let's all read the rest of this. Says, I'm looking to have an enjoyable conversation, not only concerned with my roster choices, I'm having fun. I have an unusual roster. We just saw that. I have no interest in certain teams and don't plan to ever farm their primary Darth Revan, Malik, and Gas. Darth Revan maybe a year or so from now, but I will never spend tokens on Malik and Gas. Yes, you are. Could be talking to Wampa maybe. No Galactic Legends. I prefer PvP and build counter teams. Would love to get Kyber, but realize the difficulty of that with my choices not to pursue certain characters. I tried to make non-traditional comps that make opponents have to think about their counter rather than be able to use standard playbook counters. Example, put GG under a new team. I would class myself as a Minnow or Dolphin, as I will buy $2 or $20 bundle packs from time to time. If I had to sum my strategy, I like high ROI investments, prefer high relics to more meta tunes, and want to compete at a high level as an underdog. All right. Anything else you want to add to that before we get into this?
Nope.
Okay. So
I'll add something though.
What?
I'm looking at your checklists for characters, and you're 5 characters away from getting gas, dude. You are so close.
Well,
If you were to try, you could get
so
them.
let's. So I get what you're saying. So one of the things you mentioned in here is Kyber. How are you currently doing in GAC?
Yeah, I mean, I usually end up 9-3. You know, I've been close to Kyber. So I got Kyber before in the exhibition, you know, long ago, and then I've been trying to re-get it. So I oftentimes will. I've probably shot myself in the foot on it on 2 different tournaments. Been just usually 1 win away, and you know, it gets a little bit harder once Gas came out. I was having more success when it was just Darth Revan. And now I think 9-3 is kind of seems to be where I settle out. You know, a lot of times it would be maybe just like, you know, 2 losses, but I'm on the edge, very close. Never like losing more than 3 or 4.
Yeah. So your strategy, like Galactic Legends are not a thing, right? So let's just forget about that nonsense, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I can tell you just from what I'm going through, once you make that choice, you've got to go all in, right?
Yep.
The thing is, what not having Gas or Darth Revan puts you behind the 8 ball. Now, for not an arena, because obviously you can with a good Padme team, and I could just see you looking at yours that you've got a great Padme team, right? Padme can kill anything. I mean, you can kill Gas and kill Darth Revan, right? The problem you're probably going to start facing now with Galactic Legends, and you probably will not see Galactic Legends, but you are going to start seeing more and more Gas and Darth Revan on the front line. You know, if I saw your account and we were facing each other, I'd be like, oh, well, enjoy Darth Revan in this zone and enjoy Gas in this zone. And it makes it really difficult, you know, to get past some of that. But then again, a lot of players don't do that. I'm just saying you're going to run into some buzzsaws like that just for that purpose. And it's going to make it really difficult for you to get Kyber.
Yeah.
It's you know, like if I look at some of your teams that are really, really good, and I use these teams, right? Your Bounty Hunters, fantastic, right? We go to your Night Sisters. Fantastic. The Relic, right? They're just really nasty teams, right? So for you, if you know, if it's just about having fun and stuff, I would say do Darth Revan and Gas, but don't stress farm it. And what I mean by that is, you know, looking at your teams and the relics you have, they're awesome. But you got to go for something, right? But just do it at your own pace. I mean, you just mentioned you got 2 young kids and stuff like that. Yeah, farm it slow-wise. You know, I wouldn't stress about, you know, saying I don't want to get it. It's your choice, right? You do you, man. But if you're gonna work on something, work on it. Work at a slow pace when you can work on it. You know, you could do Galactic Republic for Gas. I mean, Gas is a whole different story.
His, you know, he's like I was saying. He's closer to getting Gas than he is getting Darth Revan.
But that's up to him.
I mean, he's really close to getting Gas.
I know, but it's a choice, right? So if you don't want to make that choice, that's fine. I'm just saying you could, you know, you've got Jedi Revan, you got a lot of the characters done for Gas. Just a matter of farming Karth and Canderous and Juhani and slowly building the gear up on them. I mean, your Sith characters are pretty solid. You know, I'm looking at the teams that you do have. They're really well done and they're really well put together, right? You've got relics and good right counters. You know, I'm just going through each one. First order's kind of me.
I might not have a good first order. You might want to skip over that one.
Yeah, but your resistance is really good. Your rebels are really, really good. Your GR team's really good. Your bounty hunters are great. Your scoundrels look pretty solid. Your Night Sisters are really good. And you can do a lot in GAC with it, but it limits you. So one of the philosophies I have with GAC is, and I don't know how many GACs you see me do, but the defense, I put a lot of those teams on defense and have my hard-hitting teams for offense. Because some people, I never know what they're going to do. I look at their GG page now. You can get some information about what they will set on defense, but they could change it up. So I kind of lean a little bit more for offense, and getting some of those feats, undersized squad, things of that nature. I think the more you have in your playbook, the better. I think you can do both. I think from what I'm gathering, you like to build those outside teams and have counters. Great, do that. Like if you want to do build up your resistance, not for Galactic Legends, but just because you want to make some crazy comp that you think will work, do that. But at the same time, you can slow farm for Darth Revan or Gas. You don't have to stress about it. You don't need to spend about it. You don't need to just slowly work toward it. And when you get it, you get it. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, that's fair.
I think that's some of the things that I've met some players like yourself. They're like, do I really want to do that? And I would say, yeah, just do it. You don't have to go crazy for it, right? If we Grim just talked about for Gas. Let's look at your Galactic Republic, for example. Go back into here. Padme's relic, Kenobi's relic. Your team is pretty much. Shakti needs a little bit of gear, but get a relic on Ahsoka, you'd have no problem with Phase 2. We did it with just a relic 5 Kenobi with Remon's account the other day. It's just about the turn order, and you would easily get that done. And then if we go to your Separatists, let's look. You saw, I don't know if you saw the Remon stream yesterday, but it was not fun, man. And you have a much deeper roster and mods than he did.
Yeah, you're making a compelling case for Gas. I will by default. I guess inherently I'm kind of doing what you're saying. Right now I'm slow farming B1.
Yeah.
And then after that, what is it? What, B2 and Droidica? That's it, right?
Yeah.
And B2's Cantina and Droidica is just a crappy hard node.
Yeah.
So,
B1 and Droidica you can farm until you get them ready, and then same thing with B2. Just slow farm it and get it ready. You already got a Saj relic because you got your badass Night Sisters. Magna Guard's already 7-star, so it's just a matter of getting the other characters, and then your Phase 2 team would be good. So it's not and that's another team you can have in your repertoire as the droid team. If you want to focus on Separatists, work on your Geonosians, work on getting your droid team up. That's a fun team to play with, and you can do some crazy good counters with that team. Newt with Grievous is a fun team to do. Throw Watt in the mix and put Watt with your droids. That team is nasty, right? Just gives you some additional stuff to work on. So whether you decide to do Darth Revan or Malak, or you decide to finish up Separatists for Gas, the cool thing about working on those characters is that working towards a Gas and a Gas team, or Darth Revan and a Malak team, is that you develop other characters in your rosters for teams. So let's say you do Gas, you work on the droids, and let's say you also work on Geonosians at the same time and gear them up. And that gives you the Geonosians, that gives you the droid team. You've almost got a 7-star Watt. You've got Dooku. Your Separatists will be badass. That gives you more flexibility to kind of play around with stuff. So you get those two teams out of it, then you get Gas, work on your clones and Gas slowly, right? You don't have to rush it. You don't have to go crazy with your spending or anything like that. And it's just naturally a progression, Yep. And then you go back and get Darth Revan and Malak. And then when you're ready, your resistance is pretty damn good. You can okay, now let's start working. I guess I'll work on the Galactic Legends.
Yeah.
But
well, that's one of the things why we recommend usually going for the pillars, because you do get good teams out of, getting all those characters up there required for the pillar character,
Yeah, and I think in your kind of play style, I think you would have a lot of fun with those teams, with the Geonosians and the droids. Looking about how you play stuff with counters and stuff, I think you'd have some fun with those teams. I could just see with the General Grievous and Watt droid team having some fun with that. It's a fun team,
Yeah, for sure. And I hear you. I like I said, you guys are. It's compelling what you're. I guess to just. Oh, go ahead.
No, but I'm saying you do you though. If that's not, I'm not trying. I'm just saying from what I'm seeing in your count, it just makes sense from where your count is, more than anything, right? But then again, if you don't want to work on those characters, then don't. Right? You play the game how you want to play it. Period.
Yeah, these are just suggestions.
Yeah, it's just a suggestion. At the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you, for the way you play, your lifestyle, the time you can invest in the game and what you want to work on. My only thing is, if you are going to work on this stuff, just do it casually. Real life's more important at the moment, especially with a young kid and a new baby. So just work on them slow. There's no rush. You're having fun. You're enjoying the game. Continue down that path. If you want to pick some of these teams to work on, you can. And if you decide, nope, I just want to go work on First Order just because I want First Order, I'm fine with that as well. So it's really up to you.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, I in some ways, I think we're kind of on the same page. I never made a targeted approach.
Well,
you're
kind of breaking up a little bit there.
Playing around.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay, you're back now. You were a little
Better.
roboto. Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, so I was just saying, I think we're on the same page. I never made a targeted attempt at Jedi Knight Revan. Mm-hmm. And, I was thinking about making, doing a Grievous nuke team. And my last farm on that was the droid. And, I just sort of, I might have gotten a Grievous team. And so I had the pieces and it was easy. The event's super easy if you have the characters. And so I just got it, and he kind of sat my account for a while. And then, after a while, I kind of put some gear on him and made a team. But, he doesn't even have relics. But so I think that's kind of what you're talking about. And I would do the same thing, I think, eventually for gas. The way I sort of build these teams is I focus on my offense counters, so bounty hunters for Night Sisters, CLS for gas, and, JTR for, Old Republic. I mean, I'm just kind of throwing them out there, but I try and, skinny them down for banners, and if I can, not Padme, Nest, that's why my favorite, someone puts Padme on defense. Well, I know I'm going to get 60 banners because I'm going to nest it.
Sure.
Even with 3PO. And so those sorts of, my offense, I feel like, is really well set. And what you're seeing on my good teams, I mean, those are offense teams. I can use for Grievous, either Night Sisters or Emperor Palpatine, the BSF counter. And then everything that's left over is defense. And that's kind of where I have a lot less relics, and I'm sort of having to pick what I'm focusing on because now that my offense is in a really good spot, I think I like about, I could, maybe shift a little bit towards like B1, like some of these characters that, are incremental towards, like Gas, Pillar, and not, just think about it. Like I said, high ROI. Yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Well, the other thing too is, I'll second 1 second, Graham. One thing I say is that I can tell you have a lot of good offensive counters, so that means you probably have a weaker defense, which means it's easier for them to clear you. Does that happen a lot?
Yeah. So most of my losses are on efficiency, right? So and I'll tell you, so it's not when they put gas on defense that hurts me. Mm-hmm. It's when they bring gas on offense and DR. So I lost this first round and I full cleared one shot everything. I think I had 1928, but then they put a very weak defense. And so they were probably using Malik, against, one-shotting my clones, because they're low gear, Shock T clones. It's super fast. That team's got crazy fast mods and it hits pretty hard because of her lead. Yeah. But, if it's Malik and they're R7, he's just going to kill all those things easy. And I think that's where I think I'm not up to snuff, I need to be able to have an edge or at least be able to neutralize those sorts of advantages.
Right.
Because if someone really is good at GAC, what they'll do is they'll save all their top end high, Maliks and Gas, and then just use them to solo my sort of lower end defensive teams. They'll get those few extra banners, and that's how I lose.
So I'll tell you how I do it for GAC. Then because I have more teams and the depth of the teams, this is what I can place on defense. Top zones: Padme, Kira, and Old Republic. Or I may switch that out to First Order. I haven't decided yet, but I'm kind of keeping First Order for offense. Some people want me to do it. Then the bomb, it's Bounty Hunters, Night Sisters, and behind that, it's Grievous and Geos. And that leaves me Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, Gas, CLS, JTR, the Sith Triumvirate, Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn. That's 8 teams right there, including my Imperial Troopers, which are really badass, that I have on many occasions just cleared. And my defense is good enough because the teams have certain relics and my mods are really good that they lose a lot of banners. So if they clear, great. I'm still going to be more efficient than them. But a lot of times what happens is they get stuck. Because if they go hard on defense, I still clear them. If they go hard on offense, they still lose banners because I've got certain teams down and I've got that depth. They're like, Dad, damn. It's like, So I get one-shotted, but not that often. And a lot of times you'll see where they get stuck on teams. Especially when we were doing the last GAC, I think I only got cleared twice, and they went like full Monty on the offense. And so I think by going for some of these characters too, it'll help your depth of teams so that you can put, like, say, your Night Sisters, your Bounty Hunters, and teams like that, but that still gives you eventually, like, your Jedi Revan, your Grievous team, or whatever teams you want to use, your Padme team on offense. So it's easy for you to clear, and those teams on defense are no joke. Once you get them geared and stuff, they can be a pain in the ass. So that will help you in your GAC more too, so you're not trying to get into these efficiency battles. It'll be easier for you to be more efficient because we know you like to do counters and stuff. You can be creative. They've still got to go through your defense, and if they can lose banners, even if they one-shot but they lose a ton of banners, it makes your job that much easier on offense. So there's a method behind the madness of why I put the teams I do down on defense.
Yeah, and since you want to go for the counter teams and stuff like that, I would recommend, working on the Grievous team. I mean, you'll be killing two birds with one stone that way, because you'll also be getting the tunes required that you're missing for the gas event as well. B1, B2, Droideka, and IG-100.
I mean,
and
maybe
those ones, it not only makes for one of the best counter teams in the game, I think. Yeah. It also makes for one of the better defensive teams as well, if you decide you don't really want to use them, because they have to use a top tier team to take it out as well.
And working on your Separatists will help your guild in Dark Side GOTV. So there's multiple things that you're accomplishing by doing that. So I saw what Remo put in chat. Good luck, Revon. Yeah, with that nonsense. All right, let's look at your mods. So I want to go into your mods. Finn, are you still there? Do we have the mod whisperer Finn available? No, I guess he's doing a meeting.
He said,
"No, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm here. Sorry, I was muted.
Yeah,
I'm here.
You had a chance to look at his mods.
I have looked at your mods. Now, really quick, just on the GAC point that he was mentioning, your relicking is going to make your GAC battles harder. Yeah. Just so you're aware, you have a lot of characters at Relic 7 that makes your matchups considerably harder. So, you know,
I found that I feel that.
Yeah, bottom fluffing is the way to make your GAC easier, but yeah. So,
it's also a good way to get nosed by Durgan.
That's true.
Oh, I don't know if you want him to have that kind of scrutiny.
Speaking of which, tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch, we're going to play Human Fall Flat. Okay. So looking at your looking at your mods, let me just ask you, where do you think your mod deficiencies are? Because I'm seeing some things off the bat. But what do you think?
Stop saying it!
Sorry, somebody just played bits. Thank you, James. All right, sorry. So back to the question for you: where do you think your deficiencies on mods are? Because I do see some.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely I don't have enough speed mods. Number one, I mean, I have some, like a medium amount of good speed mods, but I don't have enough around my roster. You know, I have some, but I need more. I think that's number one. You know, in terms of offensive mods, you know, for certain teams, like I have a very skinny amount of really good offensive mods, you know, and a lot of those are on my Night Sisters teams where speed isn't as important, and I've got more offense primaries because, you know, it's a revive team. Mm-hmm. That's probably the other place. You know, I think in terms of defensive modding, like health and all that, you know, probably I'm more average or above average. You know, I'd say probably speed, I'm at average, maybe even slightly above, but I wouldn't say I'm, you know, if I really wanted to win with my strategy, I definitely need to farm more speed mods for sure. That's sort of my take.
So speed is definitely one of them. Your speed sets on your top end mods they're not really speed sets, right? You have a lot of other ones, and that's fine. The other thing I'm noticing is that you are 6Eing a lot of mods that I would say that you probably don't have to. So is there a reason why you are 6Eing? There are potentially some reasons. So I'm just curious what your thought process is on 6Eing some of these mods.
Oh yeah, some of those like tenacity and other mods, like those were for Nest and L3.
Well, there's one like I'll take the circle on Chewbacca, for example, right? It's a protection primary tenacity set circle with 16 speed, 22 defense after 6E, 861 protection, 216 potency. So it hit speed 4 times, but it was only a 16 hit, and then like 22 defense. That was your other 2 hit. So what did you 6E that mod for?
Yeah, that's fair. I probably that's actually funny. That one, I know that one. It was an early mod that I took when I got Chewbacca. So that was back when I thought 16. Anything that was sort of 15 or higher was sliceable, and so that one is not a recent slice. I'd say that was the game has changed a little bit from when I did that, and I wouldn't have sliced that today.
Okay. No, and that's a perfectly fair explanation. That's why I'm asking, right? Because everyone does their moddings at different times, have been through different stages. And so it's not just about saying like this mod shouldn't have been 6E'd, right? If you went back in time and this one probably would have been one in the earlier, like as soon as we got into mods 2.0, this one probably would have been a good one to slice at the time, because it would have taken a while for everyone to slice, but things have eventually changed. So that makes perfect sense. So looking at your mods and overall, the only thing I'm seeing is that, yes, there is a lack of speed set, right? That is something to definitely work on. Looking at some of your modding as well, a fast Han Solo is nice, but I would also say you want to maybe get some more damage on him in lieu of some of the speed. You're not having an issue beating gas, though, right, with your CLS team?
Nope.
Okay. So if it's working for you, keep it that way. Your Han could do a crap ton more damage, by the way. With the Relic 7 Han Solo, you could easily get his physical damage to like above 10,000 if you wanted to. And
doesn't he, like you're saying put an offense set on him? Is that what you're... Because he's got a crit damage.
No. Crit damage is fine. You have a lot of mods that have speed secondary, not focused on flat offense secondary, on the J mods. Or not the J mods. It'll be the square, the triangle, the cross, right? You have offense primaries or crit damage on those, but you have more focus on speed rather than damage output on those.
Nice.
And Han has one of the bigger multipliers on all of his abilities. His basic is 1.8, but he double taps, right? So that's basically like twice at an additional like 85% damage every time you add something. His special is 369, which means that every time you add like 1 damage, it gives him about 250 more damage. So he has 2.5 extra damage for every 1 that you add. So if you add 100, he ends up going to about 360. So when you add all this offense onto Han, he will just wreck things. And I believe your CLS is triple zetaed, right? Yep. So you have the leader one, which gives him all the turn meters. So Han has other ways that he can recover turn meter. So that ends up being beneficial to you as well. So, but if it's working on gas, and this is the same thing I say about like Arena, right? We'll look at Arena and maybe it's not optimally modded, but you don't have to optimally mod if you're getting the job done that the team is supposed to do. So if you're able to be gassed, you don't have to really change anything on Han. Just something to kind of consider, right? If you want to increase his output, there is that option available for you there. Otherwise, the mods actually, you have done a pretty decent job on the modding. I know you switch around with a bunch of teams, which is why even though I see a bunch of different characters at the top taking your highest speed mods, I understand why, because you just play the counter game in order to rise in Arena. Perfect sense to me as to what I'm seeing with this mod. So for those of you guys that are watching and seeing the mods, right, you might have seen us in other rosters see a breakdown of mods, kind of like what we're seeing with Beans and Cheese. But Beans and Cheese is doing it with a reason. He's doing it because he plays the counter game in Arena, has to keep all of his teams modded, and he's able to beat the teams that he needs to. Purpose is ultimately what we're looking at, and if you're not able to hit your goals, that's usually when we recommend remodding, and usually we see that with low Arena, but Beans and Cheese has a reason for that as well, and real life always takes precedence in this thing, especially if you have a little kid. So, yeah, overall, I think the only thing you have to do for modding is you're already doing the first thing, which is not slice 6E quite as much. The only one that I have right now that I can see that you may want to slice is the one on Watt, but I know you're not doing that because Watt isn't Gear 12 yet. So you're leaving that at 5A, perfectly fine. That's the only mod I'm seeing right now that's even worth taking a 6E at the moment. Other than that, farm speed sets. And yeah, I like your mods. They're put on characters with a purpose, which is the main thing that I'm looking for when I look at rosters and when you guys explain what you're doing with yours. And this makes perfect sense. So yeah, minus just speed sets, you're doing really well with your mods.
Thank you.
All right. So that kind of hit the big things that you asked us, but we're going to open it up to you. And Beans and Cheese, this is where you can ask us anything, look at anything. What other questions or things you want us to look at on your roster review? This is your time, my friend.
Yeah, no, this has been super helpful. I don't know if I have any other questions. I was going to maybe ask a little bit about how to focus some of the defensive teams, but I think we've talked about that kind of directly already.
You can look at, if you need a reference point, just look at my GG account, and you can look at some of the teams to give you some ideas, like in my GAC and what I use on defense, or you can go back to some of the videos and look at what I put on defense. It's why I do so well in GAC, is because of that. Like, I don't struggle in GAC. Right, we do stupid things in GAC. Sometimes it goes against me. But that's a different story. I have the ability to do things if I pull my head on my ass sometimes. But I mean, typically I always go 11-1 in GAC or undefeated because of that. So if you need some ideas for teams to place and teams to work on, we've given you some suggestions. But if you want an overall picture of like, well, what's Ranger doing on defense and what's he using for offense, I can kind of give you an idea of like some stuff you can do and what teams you can place on defense to make it a little bit more difficult for your opponent. Not saying that they're not going to clear you, because everything counters everything a lot today, right?
Yep.
But you'd be surprised of how many times like people clear my front zone. Like in the last GAC, I saw it so many times. Get a hiccup in the front, and then I look in the back, and they're stuck on First Order, or stuck on Geonosians, or stuck on Grievous, or stuck
on
my
the Night Sisters. 17 attempts on your Night Sisters.
I use Kira Nest on defense, and I've had people not be able to beat that team because they go through and put some teams on defense, one of their heavy hitter teams, and then they go in, and they usually clear my front zone, but I already know what they're using to clear that, because my teams are modded a certain way as well. That's the big thing. Like, when you have my boss is 338 speed, they have to go in with like a CLS or something. And then they go kill my Night Sisters. Well, they use Sith Triumphant there, I hope. And then they clear my Padme with either Darth Revan or a gas. And then they go and clear my, my other team up front. And then by the time everything's said and done, they get to my back wall, and it's like, and the more depth you have with your teams, the better it is for you in GAC. I may be dumb, but I'm dumb.
Hey, results speak.
That's science.
Guys, thanks so much. I gotta run, but I really appreciate your insights, and I really enjoyed the converation.
No, anytime, man.
Dude. If you have any more questions, we're always in Discord. Hit us up,
That's what we do. So, let's go do what you need to do. And if you have any questions after this, as you're moving forward, you can probably message me or Finn, and just jump in our Discord. We'll get you squared away, man.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks to Mr. Beans and Cheese for letting us look at his roster. Very much appreciated. And a shout out to his guild, New World Order. Finn, I'm getting the questions and stuff with Nightbot ready. Can you tell the folks out there in TV land how they can get a roster review from RSG?
Sure. Head on to the RSG Discord. Message me, Finity, saying that you want a roster review. Please include a link to your GG page. Make sure that I respond to you, saying that you are in the queue. If I don't say you are in the queue, then chances are I have not seen your message,
That's
kind of like
true.
what happened to Nightmare
Yeah.
a little while ago. So just message me in like 24 hours or after, whenever you message me the first time. If I don't respond to you, because it probably just means I missed your message. It has nothing to do with me ignoring you.
Mhm.
We put everyone on the roster review queue. If you are a green VIP or higher, please include that when you message me so you can get into the accelerated line. Wait is about a week again for the roster reviews, because a lot of you guys want reviews, which makes us happy because it gives us something to talk to you guys about. So yeah, and then I will message you as your roster review gets closer. I will schedule you on a particular date for the roster review, and then we'll take it from there.
There you go. And that's science. Can't deal with that. All right, we're going to get to the questions. So if you got questions, now's the time to pop them in. We're going to start doing the questions. Also, as a reminder, if you can hit the thumbs up on the video if you like the content, then subscribe as well. Always appreciate it. All right, let's get to some of these questions. I'm going to get some gameplay going. Oh, actually, no, there's no gameplay because there's Chewy, Falcon. There's nothing. All right, well, I'll just have the game up, so let's just do that. Okay. Let's see here. First question. Rare Rock question. When are you going to fix the echo on the Twitch sound bites? And then Ouchie says, question, don't ever fix the echo on the Twitch chat donations. Okay.
It'll be fixed over the weekend.
Yeah, we're going to get it squared away. Nightmare question.
It'll be fixed just
hopefully.
as quickly as
Yeah.
gas was fixed.
No, this is the way it's working as intended. This is a new feature of our stream, so please enjoy.
Yeah, that's believe that we got some.
The Echo is a new feature.
Yeah, we got some beachfront property in there in Arizona. We're trying to sell. If you want some of that. Belria Papachulis' question: why does Ouchie hate me? She doesn't hate you. She just doesn't like you very much. I don't like you either.
Ranger.
You watch yourself. What?
Ranger.
What?
Ranger.
You can just hush.
Did you get it?
No, I gotta go to the thing. Okay, do it again.
No, not that.
What?
Oh, you don't have it on this? Do you not have the alerts on this one?
Yeah, I do have it on this one. We did it yesterday.
Damn it! It didn't trigger.
Do it again. Let me see if.
No, I have to. I can't trigger this. So, shout out to the lovely Maz Kanata.
What?
She just donated $50 to the stream element.
Oh, yeah, it didn't pop in.
I don't know why it didn't pop in. We tested this yesterday, and yeah. But thank you to Maz Kanata. She donated $50 to our stream elements. So we have to get our pickles out, Ranger. Pickles out. $50 from Maz.
Oh, let me get Kermie ready.
Yeah, you gotta. Oh okay. God, Kermie with his pickle.
Yeah,
all right,
let's do it.
Go ahead and trigger it.
I'm waiting.
No, I can't trigger it on your end. Just play the pickle song.
Oh, just do it with Kermie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go full screen for this then. Okay, I thought we were going to trigger it.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So
it took 8 tries, Maz. We had to figure it.
Yay, Mars! Mars! We love you!
Oh my God, it looks so creepy. What the hell is Kermie doing with the pickle? Oh my God.
Go.
Oh my God. I wonder what's going on with that, Maz. I don't understand what's going on, but thank you so much, Maz.
What? I don't know. It's getting all the other ones. I don't.
No. Your stream element's not working. It's not surprising. We have to change everything. We had XO donate
X100
donate 100 bits.
The Stroking the Wookiee action going on there. So
thank you, XO.
Yeah.
Oh man. You have to let me know what's going on, Maz, because if there's issues, I want to make sure that it's
we're
cleaned up. That's weird, because other people have donated while we're offline and stuff, so I want to make sure that there's not a setting I have to change or something.
We're going to be redoing a lot of stuff.
But thank you very much, Maz.
Thanks, Maz. You're the best.
You're the best
around. All right, now next question from Nightmare question. When I set my ships on defense, why does it call Clone Sergeant first instead of what I put in the first slot below Coon? And how do I avoid this happening in the future when setting Negotiator on defense?
It should call what's in the first slot first.
Not unless your tank's debuffed and you're getting smoked. then it'll call in the.
It does force the Plo Koon to come in for the dispel.
No,
there you go.
it calls in the clone trooper.
Oh, clone sergeant.
Yeah,
clone
clone
sergeant.
sergeant ship to do that, because I've got Ahsoka as my first reinforcement, not clone sergeant. It's in the fourth spot, and it calls it, and it's just the way the AI works. There's not.
I didn't realize it had that much AI on the reinforcements.
It comes down
but
to speed, and it comes down to, like, if you're doing really well, then it'll bring in like your Plo Koon or Ahsoka. If you're doing really bad,
gotcha.
It's gonna call in clone sergeant because the AI is like, we need a tank to take damage.
Gotcha.
Instead of being offensive minded, it's defensive minded. It's not a damn thing you can do about it. So, unless your ships get faster, and I don't really know if they're, especially if they're relic, what you can do. Dr. Buck, I've used this question. Is there going to be enough people skipping flying that I get upgraded to first class when I fly to Peru on Sunday?
No. There's going to be a lot of cancellation, but I don't think you're going to easily get first class. You could, but I don't know how easily.
Really, Michael H19 question: how do you guys mod your Django? Speed or damage? I do both. What did I do with Django? Let me look. It's been a long time since I've remodded Django. Usually I mod a character and go through. I go once in a while and check my mods, but let's see. Bounty Hunters. Let's see here. Hunters of the Bounty. Let me look here. Let's see. Django. What do I got on Django? It's been a while. I need to look at them probably. Okay, I went offense with potency. I think I've got 242 speed. Not the greatest mods, and they probably need to redo this a little bit. Let me see here. Probably could put something better on him. Yeah, I could probably speed him up a little. You know what? Let's do that right now. Let's do that. Let's do it. We just filter by some of these offensive mods because we've got good ones of late. Let's just make Django better. Let's see. I've got 13 speed. I've got an 8 speed. You know what? Let's see. That's protection with offense. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll look at the next one. What's this one? It's 10 speed, but I could put it to 12 crit chance tenacity. Crit chance tenacity, 12 speed. Yeah, let's just put this one on here. We've got a little bit more speed. And let's see, I've got a potency cross here. That's pretty nice. That's 19 speed. What's the triangle? Health. Protection, crit chance, offense. Don't really have one per se that I like. That's crit damage. Or is it, I think with potency, really? Crit chance, 8 speed. Just want to add speed. Does he need crit chance, does he? And then let's see the thing here. 30 speed, offense. Yeah, let's flip that one on him because that's a better mod. There you go. I did better with. There you go. More speed on Django. But that's still the same setup going for, so that works. It's supposed to see some offense, increase the speed. There we go. Just for you, buddy. What else? 3 says, question: Are his kids named Frank and Beans? Well, you'll never know. Kazakage tweets this question: after watching Mod Depression of Everyone's roster, I need therapy. I thought I had bad mods. Should I go 3 days a week or 5 days a week? I don't know, Finn. How much therapy does one need after that shit?
It's a wake-up call to everyone to make sure they get their mods in order.
And he's not wrong. Let's see here. What else? 3 question. Do you think they'll add a second fleet requirement for defense in GAC in the coming tournaments? I don't see it. Do you see it, Finn? We don't have enough ships.
Mm-mm.
We got a buttload of capital ships and not enough regular goddamn ships.
Yep, we don't have enough to field all the capital ships. So even though they're introducing more capital ships, we wouldn't have what we need for it.
Yeah, it's not good. Matt Bailey, question for Senior Beans and Cheese. Do you use your nests? Well, he's not here, so I don't know. But it says, do you use your nests as a Padme counter? He said yes. Is the general nest beats an equally relic Padme team, or are you more focused on Jedi Knight Anakin's relic level? I don't know. I don't use that. But you probably mentioned old Beans and Cheese. Find that out. Revenator question: Ranger always says if anyone has any questions, feel free to DM him. Does this really apply to anyone to ask about anything? Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna pull the ET crap, Revenator, I'll just block you. That's fine. You're more than welcome to message me about anything in the game. You know I'll help you, brother. But if you do the ET crap, I'll just ignore it or delete it. Hurtful question. Call y'all live stream Grande's death next month. So he wants us to call the live stream next month while we're in Disney World. Grande's death. What do we think of that, Finn?
We're gonna stream it for people that have the wristband.
I
So.
mean, yeah. So if you're a VIP or something. Yeah.
By the way, I created the Discord. I haven't sent out the invite yet because I'm trying to get all the channels and everything set up. So.
Nightmare Ranger just skipped my question. No, I didn't. Bon 18 question: is Pop Lead Zeta still worth it for GAC? If so, is it better to use Empire, Sith, or a mix of both? I have it, and I use Palpatine with Vader, Thrawn, I mean, you can. I mix
Tarkin and TFP against the Karth team.
Yeah, I use it there. I've used it at other places too. So, yeah. Katsukaki
He's
too.
still useful.
What's that?
He's still useful.
Yeah,
the lead Zeta is still a little questionable, but if you're going to use him at all, it's worth it. It's a good leader ability.
Yeah.
That also works, by the way, on the assault battle thing with the Sith.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
the team that most people were using was the EP lead with Revan, Malik, Treya, and Nihilus, something like that, and it works out pretty well. So, yep.
All right.
Still a good one.
Katsukaki too easy question. Can Grande make Remon grind for mods for the next 6 months? So, good luck.
Is it sad that I kind of felt bad yesterday? Like,
I didn't feel sad because I would feel sad if it was the first time I saw it, Finn. But I have been dealing with this for a long.
So I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been going down. You know, like once you start watching like one cat video on YouTube, you kind of end up in like this chain of things.
Yeah, sure.
So I've been watching too many of those lately because I've been getting stuck in those loops. And like looking at Remon's mods yesterday was like watching one of those like abandoned little kittens on the street that just comes and purrs at you, but then gets scared and like runs into the bush and like just needs your help, and you have to like trick it into like coming with you so you can help it. I feel like that's like Remon's mods.
Yeah.
Like everyone sees it, is crying out for help, but then when you try to approach it, Remon like recoils back into the bush, and then we need to like convince him to like we have to like coax him to come out so we can actually work on his mods.
I don't have a good answer.
Like, that's kind of what I was picturing his mods yesterday. Is like, come on, Remon's mods. Come on, don't worry. I have a bowl of milk for you. We'll get you straightened out.
I mean, I just don't have a good response for you, Finn. I mean, I've been dealing with this for a long time.
I mean, honestly, even before you do your mod review,
characters not modded. I mean, it's
even before we get to the point where he does the mod stuff with you. I mean, honestly, if Remon is still listening, I would sit down with you to go through what you need to do in order to get your mods in shape first. Forget about modding characters, which is what Ranger does. You need to get yourself on a mod plan.
Oh no, I do it with the mod plan. When I do it, I go mod plan.
But I'm saying we need to actually do it.
No, I mean I do that. You can ask anybody I do a mod review for. I explain how you want to.
I know. I'm saying, but you would explain it to him. I'm saying he needs to do that for a little while before you even touch his mods, because you would be remodding his roster with like 3-dot mods at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He needs more mods before he can do anything.
Here's the unfortunate part yesterday.
Yeah, you guys pretty much already put all his good mods on his characters.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. The unfortunate part, Ranger, is that even though you're saying that you would sell the 3-dot mods, I'm pretty sure looking at his roster yesterday, you would find that the 3-dot mods are better than his 5-dots. Like the speeds were better on some of his 4 and 3-dot mods.
The problem with Remon is he's got 3-dot mods on some of his characters. The problem is he has a crap ton of 5-dot mods that we saw. Some that didn't need to be there, I sold them. The other thing is he's got so many mods that just need to be frickin' sliced.
Yep, that's what I would want to do with him first before you do a mod review. Work with him to slice the mods that he needs and get that together, because
I mean, my God.
That was something else. Not gonna lie,
I tried to warn you.
That pained me a little bit.
Yeah, it needs a intervention.
No, I mean,
that hurt. I mean, that hurt. That it cut me pretty deep.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, we're not saying this to be mean to you, Riemann. We're saying this because we love you.
He knows.
Sorry, my PTSD with mods just kicked back in. All right. Ray Rock. No, that's not actually a question. He was just talking to Bond 18. Let me see if there's any other new questions. Okay. Let me look here. Prometheus question: is Kermit just hiding his pickle from Bert and Ernie? Don't they wish? Hi, Bert. What's Kermit doing? Let's see here. Ray Rock question: will RSG create a PSA commercial on the importance of mod inventory using mod as an example?
I mean,
no. Oh
yeah.
no. Oh my God! I'm so. Oh no. I'm so hard at this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, for God's sake.
You guys are so gonna die.
Not that. This is a true PSA announcement. I mean, there's no that out there. Yes. Nightmare question. Are they still doing your roof? Can hear the song in the background. How big is your roof? My lord. Oh, it's huge. It's a huge roof. Nobody does roofs like I do. It's unbelievably huge. It's ginormous. That's a real word, Finn. Ginormous. Not to be confused with China. That's a country in Europe. All right. Last look for questions, and then let's see here. Looking for some more questions.
Yeah, the last time Finn sounded conflicted and angry was when he looked at my mods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Freeman's mods. Invisible Hand.
Matt Bailey.
Here's my mods. Just
Question.
right
There's nothing worse than Ramon's mods. So, yeah. Matt Bailey question. How many ships are taken into account when calculating GP for GAC matchmaking when ships are in the GAC? No idea on that.
I don't know. They've never
Good
really
question.
stated the ships one. If they do it correctly, right? And again, this is a big question mark, but if they do it correctly, the ship GP should include your top 2 capital ships plus your top 14 ships with GP. However, I don't think that's the way they're doing it from what I've seen.
No.
They are basically taking your total ship GP and adding it with the top 80 character GP or whatever number of characters based on your division. So I don't think they are subdividing the ships right now. I think they're taking all of your fleet as one. From what I've seen in some of the matchups, it's hard to tell. But yeah, my guess is that they're just taking all of fleet. My hope is that they're doing top 2 capital ships plus top 14 ships.
It's a great question. I have no answer for you on like what they use.
Nope. They have never given us anything official. And then if you ask them on the forums, it'll probably be like that stupid order question where it's like, well, experiment and find out. Like, still can't believe they gave that answer.
I can't believe that.
Does the order matter on the teams? Well, experiment and find out. Wait, really? We're asking you in a Q&A and you're telling us to find out for ourselves.
Did you design the game? Yes. Can you give me the answer? Yes. What is it? Yes. Experiment. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll go do
to
my
be
own
honest,
research.
Are you really that surprised?
No.
I mean, they've been doing this to us for almost 3 years now. Actually, 3+ years now.
Shy Bear says, I'm still pissed I didn't get gas. TGIF, everyone, by the way, he said, yeah, I'm sorry, Shy Bears.
It is unfortunately still RNG a lot of times, especially if you're not highly geared.
Yeah.
You can reduce that RNG a good bit.
On that.
I beg
if
to differ.
CG would get off their lazy freaking asses and fix the gas bug, then a lot of people that were having a hard time this time would have been able to beat it.
Well,
yeah, it still would have been RNG.
But when you don't think
think
your own farts smell bad, this is what happens.
Roses really smell like poo, poo, poo.
Yeah, I mean, you're not. I mean, this is just like I mean, the old adage goes, you can take a piece of shit, you can polish it and make it as look as you want it. It's still a piece of shit. You can spray perfume on it. It's still poop. It's just nice looking poop.
Well, I mean, the Mythbusters did prove that you can polish a turd, but
It's still a turd.
It's still a turd.
You can't make this stuff up. Here's the thing about CG. They do a lot of good stuff. And we give them a hard time here because they deserve it. But the thing is, they do a lot of good stuff too. And I always make this point. It's like, you have this wonderful meal prepared. You lay out just this beautiful place setting. You set the decorum. That you bring out this exquisite filet mignon and all this other stuff. Then you let the butler come in, pull down his pants and take a dump right in the middle of it. There's still a nice presentation. There's still lots of amazing shit there, fine wine and everything. But you can't help noticing the big pile of shit staring at you. And that's what CG does all the time. And it takes away from the ambience and the awesome stuff that they do because they keep doing stuff like that.
They're not learning from their mistakes. I mean, CG's really been dropping the ball. They have a very large, good community in their game that communicates and does all this stuff for their game, yet they keep on messing up and pissing that community off. I mean, it's not, how hard is it to like just ask the community about something and then do it? Or say, hey, sorry, we can't do that because of this.
Now you're gonna make me like think of that Outkast song with CG like forever. Now every time I like think of CG, all I'm gonna be thinking is, I know you liked it, thank you. That don't stink, but being a little bit closer, see, roses really smell like poo poo poo. That's like the CG
true.
theme song.
It's so true.
You know what? You
so
should clip
happy.
that so we can use that as the
my
intro
God.
for RSG's Q&A.
I mean,
Intro.
holy poopy.
That would be perfect.
A question from Nightmare. Is that what the saw in the background is really doing? Polishing fossilized poop? No, that's not. That's not it. Okay. God, I think that's a good
Sounds
point.
like a new commercial topic.
I think it's time to. God. All right, so we're gonna end the stream here. Oh Christ. All right, y'all. So we'll be back tomorrow for the Jedi Academy. And then tomorrow I'll do my GAC round 2 fight action. So check out the other channels that do GAC. We love our boy Urs in the hall. Just Ian, Nev, poor little Nev. He does his stuff, and I try to watch when I can. And then tonight, what else? GAC. Who else?
You're surprised I know that song.
We've got
I have a lot of musical knowledge, sir, and I like Outkast.
You got the Escape Pod cast going tonight, so you make sure you guys check them out, support them. Lots of, you got the big wigs. I mean,
And then Heinze over it.
you got Heinze popping up. It's always 3
Heinze's
o'clock
awesome.
and 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I get woken up by that. I'm like, God damn it, I'm trying to sleep here. Stupid. It's like, oi. All right, y'all. Make sure before you leave that you hit the like button. Really would appreciate it. It helps us out tremendously. Don't leave without hitting the like button. We could really use the support. And then subscribe if you haven't. If you like the content and you want to support us, hit that subscribe button, and it makes a big difference. So,
Yeah, spread the love. Spread the
share
word.
the
Get
load.
RSG's, get the
By the
word
way,
out there about RSG.
I will say this really quick. Thank you to all of you guys that gave feedback on the Phase 4 video that I put out.
Oh, yeah, what's the feedback?
It had been a little while since we've done any kind of like tutorial video, and that's largely because we don't really have any whale accounts or anything like that. So we don't have a lot of the characters like right when they come out. But obviously this one had the bug with gas, and so it gave me an opportunity to put together something. And when Ranger does it, we'll try to put something together as well. But we hadn't been able to do a tutorial video in a long time, so it was really nice to see how it helped some of you guys get your gas and all of that. So thank you so much for all the feedback and the comments and all of that.
Yeah.
We'll try to get more out to you as we figure out, as we can try to get you guys content in a timely fashion when things are actually going live.
That's what we aim to do. Okay. Oh, man. I slept like crap last night and I'm all yawning and shit. I need to go do a long run.
Nightmares about the mods.
Mm-hmm. All right. So stay strong. Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back tomorrow for some more stuff. Human Fall Flat. Are we doing D&D this Sunday? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
Yeah,
okay.
we should be on for this. It's next week that we're probably moving it. But yeah, we're good this week.
Cool. So with that, we call this one done, and we bid you fond farewell and adieu.